But you're so cool for asking. Kanuti said, I think it's a 4-day stash. That's correct. It's 4 days. How do you think your life would be different if Twitch was what it was now, back when Warcraft 3 and you were at its peak? Well, I think there would be good and bad. I like to think I've grown a lot as a person over the last 10 to 15 years. And I think I would be mired in more controversy if I was a live streamer during my Warcraft times. I was still finding out very much where I came from and who I was as a person and who I wanted to become. And I am much clearer on those things now. I think you figure out a lot by the time you're 30. So in a way, I'm grateful that it wasn't. But let's say that I could be who I am now in that time. I think it would have been absolutely great to be on the pinnacle of Warcraft 3 performance, in the pinnacle of Warcraft 3 esports, and also have Twitch. Though it wouldn't be 100% a win, again, even considering all the best parts, because I would be torn between competing and streaming. I've now had the pure competing time without needing to worry about whether I should work on my social media presence or stream. I would go home and I would have a timelessness sense of practice of weeks or months before the next tournament. So that was quite nice too. I'm glad to have experienced both. I'm truly grateful for it. And now we get to cast as well. So we get to experience all kinds of esports facets of Warcraft 3. And I really like that. Happy versus LiilDC, ladies and gents. DK immediately going out into the Great Wild. He knows that LiilDC is Ancient of War creeping is natural. And while he should not be able to steal the Ogre Mage, he wants to at least steal some trappers. This is on the greedy side of creep camps. And while he wouldn't have done this if LiilDC went for the small green camp, he does do it when LiilDC goes for the natural. The Wisp in position to detonate the skeletons if required. Well handled by LiilDC so far. He's also abstaining from casting too many mana burns on a Death Knight that clearly is not invested in his mana pool. Did do another one. This Death Knight is here just to be a heal, an annoyance, a nuisance. This might be made into a Moonwell, I would think. Oh, the Death Knight with the auto attack steal. 1 point to happy, 15 to love. And there we go with the Ancient of Wonders. Looks like a Tree of Life, it isn't. Double Ancient of Wonders creation. Meanwhile, Acolyte is absolutely going to town on this Moonwell. He's like, let's get busy and take this Moonwell down. And until the Archer makes it home, that's not going to end. So he cancels the Ancient of Wonders and remakes it into a Tree of Life. If I had to guess, I would feel like Happy generally wants to go for a cancel on the Tree of Life. You know, I'm seeing this, and I don't see that he has any tools to do so. The Death Knight is too low on health to cancel this. Is that just the fates of things?
A player's forces are under.
I'm always assuming a matchup is balanced. And if Night Elf can do this and Undead can't cancel it, then the balance must lie in another direction. Perhaps the tech differential that Undead builds up leads to an incredibly strong... Oh no, meine Liebe! This is the worst sentry I've ever seen. It only reveals... Nothing! You lose, sir! You get nothing! I had a sentry like... No, I zoomed in! I'm sorry. Okay. Now we're zoomed in again. I'll never do it again. Yeah, I had a sentry like this on Concealed Hill. And it's just funny because the terrain is like this. High ground, into low ground, into high ground again. And it's here, it's low ground, into high ground, into low ground, into high ground. So the sentry sees nothing. It's so funny. I have the same mustache as you, Grubby. It won't work, Grubby. I said it to you in advance. It won't. Okay. How do you qualify a mustache to work? Like, look good? Not look like a ex-stash? Well, you can't stop me.
A player's forces
As
are
long as the
under
hairs
attack.
keep growing, it works. Even if it doesn't look good. Anyway. Naga Sea Witch coming out. Tree of Life already finished. Tree of Life is 70% of the way done to a Tree of Ages. Death Knight so low, it gives the boots of speed to the Naga. Naga chasing. And Demon Hunter very low as well. It takes another Frost Arrow. He might have to TP actually. Oh my god. Turns out Unholy Aura and a boots on... Oh no! He TP'd to his expansion! The miss! The miss though on the Frost Arrow. If another misses, he's the luckiest dog. Oh my god! He double tapped TP. He didn't even use this Moonwell. I mean, honestly, LiilDC. He could at least use the Moonwell he built at the expansion. He's legitimately alive because of an evasion proc. Alright. Tier 3, 30%. We've got 2 fiends that are hurt. No statues yet. No third fiend. And somehow LiilDC gets to have an expansion at this time with an infinite amount of lumber, 700. Going for a wind. Oh my god, triple wind. And a wonders. Think we all know what that means. Mountain giants. Oh no. Fairy dragons. It's gonna be hippos into fairies. So he's playing the Mass Air. With such an early expo. I don't see there's anything that Happy can do about this, to be honest. Yeah. Happy got the coil steal on the Ogre Warrior. Netted him 40 points of experience. People are like, Zoom. Okay, Zoomer. I can't believe you've done this. I'm sorry. I knew he was gonna zoom on the ward as soon as it was placed. Really? So predictable. And I see you brought the mighty Hellscream too. I mean, you brought the mighty Cake W too. No steal on the Ogre by the Naga. There we go, Mass Fairy Dragons. In fact, he has 1 hippo for hippo riding, but the rest is fairies. So, okay. 1 hippo into fairies. Why? Por qué? Their range of fairies is 300. For the hippo rider, it's 400. Oh, he never got improved bows. None of these archers have 700 range. And what about upgrades on the Hunter's Hall? 1 on the fairies. I wonder what's the reasoning behind 1 hippo.
Town is under siege.
Intelligence should go on the Naga. Oh, the sacred text. Okay, Lich comes out with Orb. Happy is probably going to upgrade armor at some point, but first he needs more
Players'
fiends.
forces are under attack.
Yeah, first he wants more fiends. He probably has web. This overlay doesn't show upgrades. We have second attack coming now. Improved strength of the wild. 63 food fairy dragons. And you think 15 food lead is enough to fight, right? But Naga has no heal pots. That's a big weakness right now. He wants Ogre Mauler, I think. Or Mud Golem. Happy just working away, building by building. Whereas LiilDC wants to buy as much time as possible. That's a web. He needs to phase shift it. Does. Mana Flare it's called actually. Wisp going from behind. That's one great detonate. There's the second great detonate coming in maybe. No. Not detonating yet. I don't hear any fiends dying as of yet. And there we go. That's a coil. He's focusing all the archers. He's focusing the Lich. He found the weak spot. He found the weak spot. That's it. That was the problem. The Naga has no healing pot, has the staff, no ring or circlet, and has the true shot. So she represented so gosh darn much damage. And Happy throughout this sea of fairy dragons still found the priority target. Priority target identified. Now it goes for the Naga. Has Potion of Invulnerability. Completely no chill by Happy. And you know, this should be impossible. It's okay, it should be impossible, but easy fight for Happy. Just don't get coiled. Just don't get mana burned, lol. And he's slaying fairy dragons by the billions. The food, in fact, equalized now. Naga, of course, is super dead, which is an upgrade from being a little dead, where you just, there's too much doubt. Super dead, there's no doubts at all. Fairies are falling. LiilDC with a free expansion after 4 minutes into the game has no chance at all against the Happy Meister in the fight. Maybe if he had heal pots on the Naga, might help. After all, he could staff the demon anytime he wanted to. But that means the staff and the preservation need to be on the same hero.
A town is under
He keeps
siege.
right-clicking it. The correct way to do it is to stand here and press the Moonwell and replenish the demon. If you go here, you right-click, it does the animation, but you actually path around it. But if you stand here, you R-click, it actually works. He did that twice in a row. Kinda triggers me. Yeah, he just doesn't have enough units, come on. Tries to go for the Lich, there's a TP. Lich already took the TP. He's gonna maybe kill one more fairy dragon. Just, he has the mana flare. Oh, it lives. Alright, so Happy immediately moving out again, usually. Probably gonna get a heal pot, mana pot. No! He gets a TP. And there's no carapace upgrades yet, because he's never rested on 50 food for a while. Happy goes for the fallback point to creep the Ogre Mage. I have some bad news for chat. The one Hippo Rider did in fact die. The age-old question by Death Knight. Ride or die? Well, we have the answer. It's die. Now getting armor upgrade for fairy dragons. They go from 0 armor to 2. Noise. And they go from 15 armor to 17 while they're in mana flare mode. Ankh of Reincarnation is pretty legit. I recommend putting it on the Lich. On the Naga. Don't give it to the Lich. That's bad advice. Some friends give bad advice. Gotta wonder whether they're really friends. Depends if it's malicious or just dumb. Don't give it to the Lich. Give it to the Naga. And he didn't yet. It's on the Demon. The 54 food LiilDC. Gonna lose the Moonwell. Doesn't wanna lose it. Use the Moonwell. Use it. Goes for the Lich. It goes for the Naga. Damn it, man. Goes for the Naga. Now goes for the Lich. Good mana flaring. A little bit of damage on the statues. They're taking double splash damage. Duh! But of course he has Ankh. He has Ankh. 15 foot lead once again for LiilDC. Demon Hunter comes back, had no more healing pot. Fairy's a little bit of an over chase. How about putting one fairy on the statue and pulling the rest back? Would that be nice? Just give the staff. Give the staff to the demon! Just give the staff to the demon. He's dead now. Just give it. It's easy. Immolation. Oh, he's losing so many fairies. He's got no more CC. There's frost armor. The fairies are just getting slain. I just hope someone in Twitch chat says what must be a very common thought to people tuning in at this point. Why is he making and alternating capital letters, right? Why is he making fairy dragons against fiends? Didn't he read the manual? man. I guess he's just bad. This is just terrible play. He does not know counters. Fiends have medium armor. You should counter them with Huntresses, who have normal attack damage. Why isn't he massing Hunts? I mass Hunts all the time and we kill Fiends every 4v4.
A town is under siege.
But in all seriousness, Mass Fairy Dragons relies on limited numbers of web and maximum number of focus fire. Dryads have the same problem as fairies. They take bonus damage. They're unarmored, these are light, they all take bonus from piercing. Oh, but at least fairies can mass focus fire something, and there's a limited amount of webs. Of course, when the fiend numbers grow to this amount, that's no longer really much help. Too many losses, too many times. Happy's timing is just so good, his micro is fantastic. That's gonna be one map for Happy, no doubt about it. GG. There are two ways to play this. One is with Keeper into Demon. Keeper providing the lockdown you require, forcing destroyers, which allows Fairy Dragons a good focus target. The other way is Demon into Naga. Though I've not often seen quite such an early expansion by a Demon Hunter player. But he got it super early. You give up a little bit of pressure, I suppose, when you make it that early. A little bit slower Naga, which can affect things. But it still feels, strictly speaking, mostly like a win when you get the expansion that early. It's just, you need a break somewhere. You want to get a kill on a hero, or on a statue, or you want to have 70 food fairies in the first fight. And he was like 63, 65, he was trying to get there. Fairy Dragons used to beat undeads all the time. When the Keeper was at its height of overpoweredness, OP-ness. But yeah, now, I mean, what else are you gonna do? If you expand that fast and you go for Dryads, you have the same issue. Dryads have much worse pathing, they're gonna also die. You don't have enough time to go for bears, I think. Would be sick though. Maybe, what if Night Elf could play it a little bit like Human? Human against undead, they fast expand. They hightail it to tier 2, they hit tier 2, boom, immediately tier 3. Drop down a Sanctum, maybe 2. Get some breakers, then some knights, and they try to stay alive. Can Night Elf do the same? And go for immediate tier 3 and bears? But you see, I'm just theory crafting, right? I haven't played that for hundreds of games. I think that carries its own issues. Because you've got all this gold and you can't use it on time on bears. There's no... I don't think there's a unit with the same quality as Spellbreaker that can tide you through until you get bears. Don't touch the scroll button. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on the second match of the day. It's the second day of the season finals for season 3. This is a W3 Champions match, which is the community made. This is the community-made tournament made by W3 Champions. They have a ladder season every season from now on. Season 3 was the first. We're now... season 2 was the first. We're now in season 3. for the tournament, and Season 4 ladder is already underway. The current prize pool sponsored by the community is 3.1k. Thank you very much for that. You can type !! prize pool to contribute however much you want. You can even do a retweet for like 40 cents into the prize pool. It's kind of neat. At least you can in some Match Arena tournaments. Maybe not in this one. I don't know who determines that. Might be fake news. You can check it out yourself. This is the winner bracket finals. The winner of this is guaranteed top 2. The loser guaranteed top 3. So they're playing for a grand final spot. It's a best of 3. Happy is leading. LiilDC needs to win 2 in a row. He likes killing the barricades, LiilDC, but he prefers shooting up acolytes. So it's a tough choice. Acolyte is going to hit the archer. This is so annoying! Oh! Uh-oh. Ghouls as well. Yeah, well... Do you think I was born yesterday, says LiilDC? I may be Lil, but I'm not that Lil. 2 wisps down, though. Ancient of War getting attacked. Not quite as comfortable as last game, is it? Is Last Refuge Northern Isles? No, it isn't. And this time happy with the coil. He gets 3 wisps and an Ancient of War. Does he care that the coil missed on the Ogre Mage?
Greetings.
He doesn't. Hey, hello, Grubby. I just wanted to tell that I... Nice.
A player's forces are under attack.
Who's gonna last hit this? I don't think Illidan can do it. I think you just hit the DK over and over. You've got 2 claws. Something's gotta give. Do not try to fight over the Purger. He needs to bring a wisp though to detonate the skeletons. Oh, Happy's gonna get it. No, LiilDC got it. Good job. Did you know that wisps have a face model on their characters? You can see it if you zoom in really close. Yeah, I see it.
A player's forces are under attack.
Ah, look at that. Ghoul creeping. This time, not 3 ghouls into fiends. It's gonna be 7, 8, 9, 10 ghouls. And he needed more ghouls because he brought 2 ghouls to go harass. So this is gonna be like Ghoul Frenzy, Naga, Lich, Statue, and then maybe 1 or 2 fiends. LiilDC's expansion has started, but it is much slower than before. And with his Ancient of War dying, LiilDC had a choice. Remake Ancient of War, or just go for Brokeback and don't make it and stay on a single archer. And that's what he's doing. So it isn't really only a case of, is it safe to go for so few archers? You also lack some serious options. You cannot pressure ghouls, you can't creep very well or fast, and you're less safe against attacks. You're saving money, but what are you gonna make? He's just about got enough money to make a second hero when he finishes tier 2. And that's it. And he got a boots of speed and a circlet. Okay, now I see what he's making. This is going to be a cancel attempt by Happy, and I really like LiilDC expecting that. And getting the boots and the circlet to try to stop this. But I don't think he's got the numbers to stop these amount of ghouls. And I think he overchased that ghoul for a little bit. And maybe it doesn't even matter. Don't chase. Don't chase. It's not about kills, is it? But yeah, I guess he figured he was going to lose the tree anyway. Thank you for the gift sub, Margin or off. Oh, lost another wisp without detonating. I'm from the future and this game is over. I'm actually trolling chat. Because we're obviously still in the game and you'll know my duplicity in 3 minutes from then. Naive fools. A number of ghouls were... Run, little ghoul! Eat your way out of the forest! Ah, he steals the big consumable. Potion of Invul and then Wand of Mana Stealing. Oh, and it's gonna be Lich this time, not Naga. Oh, and it's gonna be double Slaughterhouse. Huh.
A town is
Abominations.
A player's forces are under attack.
Double Slaughterhouse. Can't. LiilDC, just cancel the second lore and go for double Chimera Roost. Just get one bear. Here's my strat, okay? You go for one. No! Oh! He stopped. He made a Dryad and stopped killing the skeleton. Then he lost one wisp. Now he's gonna lose another. Justin. Yeah. Can't you just go double Chimera Roost?
Forces are under attack. A town is under siege.
Of course, undead could go destroyers. You'd be in a bad spot. Very low on lumber, LiilDC. Let's see, how many wisps does he have? 11. He's got 6 wisps on lumber. Maybe it counts the Wonders wisp. So he's got 5. He would love to coil over the Demon Hunter in 3, 2. Is he gonna coil the Archer? It's like, nah, I don't need to. Can just attack him with Arash, the Summoner. Do Rage Reaver. Jeez, I knew undead players were emos.
I thank you.
Hey Grubby, I couldn't donate to the prize pool without signing up. Could you take this money and give it to Happy for me, please? Kappa.
It's okay, I'll give it to him next show match we play. Vicariously. We now have Destroyer upgrades and the Siege Clouds coming, and then double Abomination. We have 3 statues. It's gonna be 1 Destroyer, double statue. And then it's going to be a nice counter to the incoming bears. We don't have Orb of Venom yet, we're still extremely low on lumber. LiilDC is pressure playing. We've got Happy here bringing 3 of his ghouls into the fight. They have Ghoul Frenzy. Why do people love wasting mana on Frost Arrow Autocast? Yeah. Oh, wow, that's a great item. Scourge Bone Chimes on bears. Can you imagine how much those bears are going to be healing? But they are going to be hitting Frost Armored, right? They're going to be hitting Frost Armored Abominations.
A player's forces are under attack.
Heal. How much do they heal? 20%. They're hitting for like 40. So they're healing 8 health every 3 seconds. Wow. Happy just going with the double hero for now. And with the quick expansion. Night Elf never re-expanded. LiilDC is sending a wisp, but I don't know that he started the Tree of Life yet. What item did he get here from mid? He has Orb of Venom. Does he have backpack? No. Mana Stone. This Naga's rather stacked, but it feels like Happy got the better end of the creeps. He took 3 orange camps, orange and red, while LiilDC took the 2 middle camps. Magnetar does seem better, and that's a +5/+5 strength intelligence. He's hard focusing the Naga. Hard focusing the Naga Sewage of LiilDC. Meanwhile, Bear's getting attacked. Scourge Bone Chimes. Getting a bit of healing. Let's see how much it gets. 751, and he was out of range of the aura. Destroyer goes down though. Abomination getting attacked. A lot of mana burns. There's no mana pots right now on the DK or Lich, so nuke threat is gone. LiilDC is availing himself fairly heroically, but a very bad Naga loss. Something you should see coming. And, you know, I feel like Foggy would have done better. That Naga, it just went from being invulnerable to, oh damn, I don't have a way to save her. No staff on the demon, didn't pass over the TP. Feels like an unforced error. And the worst part is, Happy just gets to stay. Doesn't need to TP out, and it will just continue the creeps. Happy has an expansion in the corner, and the hard part for LiilDC is you've got an expansion in a desecrated area of the map. Like, there's nothing left here, no creeps. There's no mitigating secondary advantage that makes it worth it for LiilDC to travel bottom right. No, he dropped the class +9 instead of the class +5. They're not equal, these things. That's risky, mate. They should really make them look different, don't you think? I think so. But, yeah, Happy now has a choice. He can sacrifice his base to get all the other creeps, or he can defend it. He gets to have a base. And I think he doesn't care about this. Like, maybe he'll TP, yeah. He'll probably TP after a camp. He can keep doing this all day. LiilDC has to come here, has nothing else to do. Yeah, TPs. You got 1 Acolyte. Happy got 1 base. He has to staff out now, come on. Stay. Just cancel and stay. Kill 1 more Acolyte. Yeah, that's 2 Acolytes. He doesn't lose a TP, so good job for him. Naga just came back. Clarity. Does he have Wellspring? No. He's not getting it. Happy has an expansion. 57 food. A lot of abominations coming out. 1 attack upgrade abominations. Wow. I would not have thought that that is the way to play. I didn't know that. Now he goes for the Magnetar, whereas Happy will kill a shop and a Moonwell most likely in the time that it takes LiilDC to get the Magnetar. Goes for the shop. Naga has to pick up the item, better start moving forward to save time. Gets stunned. Gets Unholy Aura! Wow! Great item. He finishes the rest of the camp. Will he get the Tome on the Ogre Mage as well? No, he doesn't. And to be fair, he did not lose a Moonwell. So, yeah, LiilDC actually did a massive save-up job on 50 food so that he can go straight to 70. Normally, that's sometimes done with MG, but LiilDC seems to favor Dryads. He's got the 2 bears, but it's mostly Dryads now. Is that because Double Slaughterhouse offers too much threat from Destroyers? But now he's going to be weaker against Meat Wagons. He needs to fight before these Meat Wagons join the army, but he doesn't know about them. Either way, he knows he needs to fight. 1 ghoul goes down, wants to mana burn. Oh, he's giving time, but he has no expo. It's all Dryads. He can go straight to 80. You know, Dryads are very inflated supply. They're very cheap. 145 gold for 3 food makes them lower gold per food than workers. It makes them lower gold per food than almost anything. So take supply counts for Night Elves with Dryads with a grain of salt. An Abomination is 60 gold per food, and a Dryad is 48 gold per food. There's quite a difference. Workers are 75 gold a food, or 60, depending. So that's a good position for Happy. He's got Disease Clouded, 2 attack upgraded meat wagons. Oh, now I get why Abominations are getting attack upgrades as well. Because it doubles up for meat wagons. This is a fight on Blight. To the Nerubian Tower. With Wisps, but with meat wagons in a defensive position behind the Necropolis. This is a tough fight for LiilDC. And the Destroyers are over the woods. Happy, just a master of war in manipulating this fight. Does he go Aura 3? No. Coil. Yeah, this is hopeless for LiilDC. Happy just does a lot of things right. Just a lot of really good habits. If you keep building good habits, it'll look something like this. Mana shield! Oh, come on, Thorzane. We're doing esports here. It felt close, but it wasn't. Like, yeah, he nearly saved his Naga, he nearly killed the DK, but really it wasn't. Ishnu Allah Malfurion. So, Happy 2-0. Did seem to outclass LiilDC a little bit, but that's just more about Happy than Lil. That means we're gonna have a rematch of LiilDC versus Hawk. Happy and Hawk have been meeting each other a lot recently.